Hi, I'm Tully Smyth, and this is Milkshake Asking for a Friend. How do you grow from a setback? Oh, I've had a few setbacks. You just gotta put your head down and, again, just keep being yourself. And one of the biggest bits of advice I was given that I really remind myself, or try to remind myself of, is that the people that mind don't matter and the people that matter don't mind. How do you describe what you do? I hate the word influencer, purely because I feel like that implies that I am more important than the next person, that I have, for some reason, have more power in convincing somebody else to do something than you or you, and that to me is just ridiculous. We're all the same, we're all equals. I'm no better than you guys. So I try and start with something more vague. Like I might say I'm a writer, and then they go, who do you write for? And I was like, oh, I have my own blog. Oh, what do you write about? And I'm like, oh, it just depends. Travel, lifestyle, it just really depends. And then they might add me on Instagram and they sort of say, oh, why do you have so many followers? And I end up having to just say, I'm an influencer. I was on a TV show 6 years ago. So yeah, I guess influencer best describes it, but I really hate that term. What's the hardest part about your work? It's tough being taken seriously. Well, there's a lot of negative stigma attached to influencers, and I get it. Like, it just looks like all we're doing is being paid to have fun and go to events, and I understand that, but it's actually a lot of hard work. It's constant, it's never ending. There's so much pressure on you to keep up with the trends and get those likes and get the following numbers and make sure and even though you think you know better, like I think that if you've been doing this for a while, you think that you're above that and that you're wiser and you know better, it still affects you. With a lot of jobs, I think you can kind of park it at the office and go home, but this is it's non-stop. In fact, it kind of ramps up when everyone else goes home from work, because that's when everyone's on their computers and not on their phones. So it's just exhausting sometimes. What is the biggest mistake people make on Instagram? I think when people sell out. I think when people sort of start to see the dollar signs and start forgetting who they are as people and what they want to talk about, it's super obvious. For one, it's really obvious. It's kind of cringy to watch. But once you've done that, there's not really any coming back from that. Biggest financial lesson as a creator. I am terrible with money, like really, really bad. I have always lived a champagne life on a beer budget. The hardest thing about being a creator, I guess, or an influencer is that you just never know when your next paycheck's coming in. You could have a really, really busy month and then have a really, really quiet 3 months. And that's been really, really tricky in terms of trying to budget and save and plan. Just save, put money away, even if it's just a little bit every paycheck you get, even if you have to do it manually, which you probably have to do, just put even if it's $50 every paycheck, just try and create a little nest egg for yourself, because otherwise you're gonna be in trouble. Biggest opportunity that has come from Instagram. Oh my goodness, there have been so many. I've been so grateful and blessed. My whole last 6 years of my life have been thanks to Instagram. I've gone to Coachella, VIP, thank you very much. I have gone all over the world. I've traveled with Kentucky through Middle America. I've traveled with STA Travel to the UK. I went and interviewed the cast of Magic Mike 2. That's right, ladies. I've just done so much. I've been really lucky. And also just the small stuff like, meeting people, meeting my friends. A lot of my good friends I met through Instagram. Yeah, it's funny because sometimes you do get caught up with the negatives of social media, and then you get a question like that and it's like, actually, it's brought me a lot of joy, and I'm very lucky for what opportunities Instagram has brought me, for sure.